In the upper left, in the pink, the Kingslayer, the reigning GSL Super Tournament champion. He is Zest. Why, hello there, Factory. Glad you're here. In the bottom right, in the red, the man who has a PvP like no other. He is MaxPax. Yeah, I can't get... Aligulac is a great statistical representation in that you cannot use it as a prediction. It just doesn't work like that. It says, you know, on the balance of time, this is likely what happens, which it tends to do a fairly good job of that. Yeah, it overvalues Europeans and undervalues Koreans just a little bit, but now that's just a product of the fact that they don't play each other all that much. So ELOs get skewed a little. But in general, it does a fairly good job of things. That being said, getting it that right is kind of rare and kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, Hero just 3-0 Trap in PvP, and before then, I would have said Trap actually had the best PvP in the world. Considering the fact, at least last year, considering he won all of his GSL Super tournaments off of killing, just killing Protoss players, really. Stomping PvP Grand Finals. All I know is Zest is best, Hero is back, and man, the fact that Hero's back and is doing so well sent me on a kind of rabbit hole of, and we don't have to talk about this game for a while. This is going to be Phoenix versus Phoenix because it's Curious Minds and it's Zest and MaxPax. So we don't have to talk about this game for all that long. Well, maybe. Maybe. MaxPax might be trying to go for a Phoenix Gateway bust here with that pylon that's getting proxied. We'll keep an eye on it. But I went down on a trip down memory lane. And I don't know whether, you know, who was following the scene back in like 2014 through 16, 2013 through 16. But SD2HL, which now kind of posts medium and long form video or StarCraft highlights, of course, because, well, YouTube doesn't like short form content anymore. They used to post a lot of like individual highlights, and they would also once a year have like the best of StarCraft 2013. They did that for 4 years, and they were like the best part of the year as we have MaxPax moving on forward, pushing shield batteries. And because this is such a short map, Void Rays arrive very quickly. We don't have them yet, but they arrive across the map very quickly indeed. I'm sorry, I got this all confused. Zest is going for this. MaxPax, he's going for Phoenix play. And he has, I mean, the big benefit of everything that he's doing, on top of the fact that, well, Phoenix can lift all this ground units and cause effectively free shield battery energy to get spent. Phoenix build a lot faster than Void Rays do, which does, of course, mean that you can overwhelm the sky pretty quickly, as already one shield battery is almost empty on energy in the Phoenix. They're going to be able to fight this pretty well. Of course, Zest, this is 3-gate Stargate instead of 3-gate Robo. And the thing I actually like about this a lot is the fact that while this is an attempted Stargate hold for MaxPax here, he's not going to get this 5th Phoenix out. By the way, yeah, no way. There's a little bit too much damage. I think the Phoenix doesn't get out. There we go. This hold is not predicated on his Stargate, which is often a failure of the way that MaxPax chooses to play. He puts the Stargate in the wall, he has an opponent all in him, he loses the Stargate, and then he's like, GG, I can't do anything. This is a slightly different way of doing it. That being said, he still does need these Stargate units. And as he is only on 1 gateway for the moment, actually soon to be 0 gateways for the moment, it does feel like Zest is really just snowballing this one. Yeah, there's not a lot of energy in the shield batteries anymore, but it doesn't really matter because the Void Rays, they still stand strong here, although one will go down. And really, though, it's about the Stalkers on the ground. The Stalkers on the ground that MaxPax cannot build units to fight and cannot contend with. It's 8 armies supplied at 24. And while this was an interesting attempt, an interesting hold, Zest says, no, I'm punching through you. How dare you try to get between me and another EPT Cup? And now we're into game 2 here on Blackburn, and I said Phoenix. I think we're going to get Phoenix this time. Anyways, in the upper left, in the teal this time, he is Zest. Of course, his opponent in the bottom right, in the red, down 1, he is MaxPax. I mean, yeah, losing the Stargate was probably game, but on the flip side, it was less critical to the hold than what MaxPax often tries to do, where he'll go and he just, he cancels the Warp Gate, he chronos out Voids, and mass static defense Void. And if he gets enough Voids out, he wins the game. If he doesn't, he loses the game. As Zest being a little annoying here, denying gas. Just the body block there, abusing how things work. Yeah. I agree there, Silent Dream. That's what I was trying to mention at one point. I don't know if I fully got it out. So I think we may see something similar from Zest here. Now, Stargate into Nexus is not the craziest thing, but he has blocked this wall. And that could either tell us that he's messing with MaxPax because, messing with MaxPax, or it could mean that he is trying to get aggressive. For now, he's selling it as trying to get aggressive because he's got a Zealot on the other side of the map here. We see 2 shield batteries getting dropped. Of course, with the Adept on the far side, that does mean this Zealot gets like nothing done. The Adept is too powerful. Of course, the funny thing is, Adepts were kind of made to replace Zealots almost. Keep building workers, always check your minimap, and remember to smile with your eyes. Well, I got the first 2 done. But that smiling thing? Ah, no. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, actually, the Adept and the Zealot here, they find their way on in, and with shield batteries done... Wait, that's a big question. We have 1 shield battery on each side, 3 on the way for Zest here, and that means he will exhaust the shield battery energy of MaxPax first. Void Ray is on the way for both sides, but Zest's, his shield battery is faster. And this game is getting crazy, but the shield battery overcharge has been bought before the Void Rays are out, which I think favors. Yeah, I think this has got to favor Zest here. Shield battery overcharge is done. Shield batteries. What is this? This is Zest shield batteries here. Void Rays are now out, but of course the Void Ray can't really kill this probe all that easily. It's only 1 Void Ray on each side. MaxPax has lost everything. MaxPax is I think he's dead. Actually, he's gonna lose the pylon. He's going to lose the 1 single pylon in this game. That all that matters. Actually, he's going to kill the Void Ray and then the pylon. But this is just a dead MaxPax, I think. Yeah, there's just not enough shield batteries. MaxPax trying to be too greedy. GG. Game 2 goes to Zest. Okay. Anyway, in the upper right, he's up 2-0. He is Zest. And his opponent, he is down 2, but, he's some magic with this PvP matchup. Let's see whether he can bring something back. He is MaxPax. Yeah, the problem with casting that one really was the fact that you can't tell whose shield batteries are whose because there's just not a lot of color on them. Like, it would be really nice actually if the dome, the shield dome or whatever it is that's in a shield battery, if that was colored with the player color. That would make life so easy. I mean, I think this is a combination of Zest playing very well and MaxPax kind of playing tired and sloppy. Like, he's just not doing things quite as crisply as we're used to, even in that Solar Series where he 3-1'd. But I kind of feel that MaxPax, he's gotten kind of 2 games where he's gone 1 gate macro, or yeah, 1 gate macro. You know, he actually gets the Nexus, and I was thinking we might see 1 gate low ground aggression, so the fake macro build that MaxPax does throw out here or there. But looks like that's not going to be the case, at least for now, not while Zest has a probe in his base. So Nexus is going to go down as normal, Stargate going down in the main as normal. Actually, no, I think the Stargate is in the natural for MaxPax, so never mind. Yeah, natural wall. I mean, he does mat in the crown, but it's rare. I think in part, he's falling victim to this idea that the greatest player in the world, greatest players in the world fall victim to, where it's this game of, I feel like I am so good that I have the best chance of winning playing a straight up game. Because of course, if you go for a cheese, it is much more coin flippy. A cheese is defined as something that if you do it unscouted or you get your opponent unprepared, you win. If they are prepared, you lose, right? That's a lot more binary than, well, I just kind of outplayed them over time, as that Zealot is kind of given away for scouting. So I think MaxPax, you know, it makes a lot more sense to say, hey, you know, I have a much higher win percentage if I'm playing a game where I actually am playing the game, instead of just, you know, all-inning and hoping my opponent does not scout. Anyway, the Adept pops out, and it will be able to escape at least for now, as the Phoenix do go hunting. But rejoice, folks. We talked about fine wine and fine whiskey and how it's good in moderation, but not all the time. Well, we have Phoenix play from both players here, and actually with these 2 stalkers on the map, MaxPax may be able to cause a bit of consternation, but he's attacking into Phoenix. And one of the reasons you do not attack into Phoenix is because, well, Defender's advantage is a really big thing in a way that it is absolutely not in most PvPs, because you can warp in abroad. In this game, oh, that stalker barely survives. Phoenix, they come out of Stargates. You cannot hot warp in Phoenix anywhere. They have to come from your base, which means that the further you get away from the middle point of the map, the more likely your opponent is to have more Phoenix than you. On the flip side, the closer you are to your side of the map, the more likely it is that you have the +1 Phoenix that makes you wins that fight. Idiotic Hershey. Hey, you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm kind of rooting for Maru. He has been so good for so long that he's just missing a couple accomplishments. He's missing G5L, which, you know, no one else gets close to. Rogue is the closest to it with 3, I think. And he's never won a world championship. So I am here for Maru winning the G5, or winning Katowice. And I do think he will be in the finals. What I want, actually, is because there's not a lot to talk about. We have 1 player going for a quicker second Stargate, MaxPax. We have 1 player going for quicker Anion Pulse Crystals, Zest. So while MaxPax will have more Phoenix, this Phoenix will not be able to touch the Phoenix of Zest, which means no player will ever actually go and engage until we're at Carrier Tech, which means this all doesn't freaking matter. Welcome to Phoenix play, folks. Anyway, I want a rehash of the Maru Cyril Grand Finals we had at Katowice, because... Or not at Katowice, I'm sorry, King of Battles. Well, actually, okay, so MaxPax actually has a really nice timing here, where he did have more Phoenix for a second, but Anion Pulse Crystals are done now, which means, yeah, MaxPax can't fight, he's got to run. Zest's Phoenix can just fight from further range, so it doesn't really matter. The one pylon on the map that the Zest has, well, it's gonna stay alive for now. And the interesting thing about this, we're actually just gonna stay on this. We don't care about what's in the production tab. The interesting thing about this, Zest tends to go Phoenix play the most when he has like 1 clear attack path to defend. He'll just drop a pylon in there. He's like, yeah, you're not running across the map with anything. That's fine. Which I do find interesting, because this is not that map. Hardwire has 3 distinct attack patterns, but notice what Zest is doing here. He's gonna just clump all of his Phoenix up on top of the Stargates, And he's just going to wait for the Phoenix to pop out. But now MaxPax says this is his timing here. Anti-Pulse Crystals is done on both sides, but Zest had it first. Even still, we see Defender's advantage being a big benefit here. Zest has lost this fight, and now he has to be very careful because he's going to be perpetually down Phoenix. So actually, Phoenix locked in a duel of death, a duel that Zest has lost. So, Zest is down to Phoenix, which means he's got to look for a transition path. But yeah, I really do want... if anyone has not seen that series, by the way, it's on the Alpha X YouTube. Maru versus Serral is, in my mind, the greatest series that has ever been played. If you don't like my casting or Rushy's casting, that's fine. Just mute it, because the games stand for themselves. As now we have MaxPax here trying to take this fight before the shield battery is done, but shield battery overcharge now gets popped in the natural, which means MaxPax cannot take this fight. Phoenix counts are somewhat equal, while MaxPax has +1. It is +1 in a game where Zest is able to stay at home, so it doesn't really matter. And Zest is moving into carrier tech now. Okay. Additional Stargates, carrier tech. Is where things get interesting. Of course, you get 1 Stargate per base. I am somewhat surprised that we have not seen +1 air on the way from Zest or from MaxPax yet. But the Phoenix count, the Phoenix margin, I guess, has been so slim that they didn't feel comfortable spending the gas on it. Is I guess the way that one works. Oh, this is actually very interesting. I thought this was just going to be for 4 carriers, and there's the +1 air. I thought this was just going to be for 4 carriers at a time, but actually, it's for 3 carriers and a continued Phoenix production, because Zest kind of recognizes he has lost games like this before where he went committed to carriers, his opponent stayed on Phoenix, and it just, you know, he didn't have the stuff. But in this game, well, carriers are done, and of course with the 2 shield batteries here, you're not really able to take this fight as MaxPax. Not again, enough the shield batteries keeping things alive. And of course the carriers, they exist as damage shields. More than anything else, yeah, carriers do a lot of damage. This much is true. But with all these interceptors on the field, their job is to this tank shots from the enemy Phoenix. And yeah, sure, if they can get on top of the Phoenix, it's great. That is not quite the game as now. We have Zest, by the way, making 4 Phoenix at a time, which is a lot of Phoenix. He's a little bit behind right now, but he will come back up rather soon. And we have MaxPax kind of locked into this difficult idea of, do I fight my opponent's Phoenix? Do I fight my opponent's carriers? Regardless, he's taking significant damage. And already Zest has won the Phoenix fight. He has equalized a 6 or 7 Phoenix deficit. Now he's building more. He's building 4 at a time. So he's producing more than MaxPax is. His +1 air is about halfway done. And of course, Zest doesn't move out too much further just yet. He's got to wait for his carriers to get their interceptors back, which is kind of this salient point that MaxPax may look to exploit as he does damage to the carriers. But again, Phoenix are hitting the fields in greater numbers for Zest than MaxPax. Zest has more money. He's mining off of 8 gas instead of 6. Although eventually MaxPax is, going to have that 4th base fully mining. But for now, it's a problem, as we do, of course, have a +1 air attack almost done. Notice the carriers, they're just trying to target down well, they're just trying to target down well, why am I blanking on this? The shield batteries for now, because that's what's important. Shield battery overcharge makes this army an unpushable one. But the superior economy that Zest has built for himself kind of speaks for itself. Yeah, his Phoenix count is a little bit low, but he has +1 now versus +0. MaxPax not even starting that one. And it just means that, of course, +1 air matters more for Phoenix than almost any other unit because they attack twice. They attack twice for any given attack, which does mean it's effectively +2 instead of +1. So that will massively favor Zest here as again. Now it's 5 Phoenix at a time. So it feels like this is only just a matter of time before Zest just does well enough, but actually it's going to be a full recall. The Phoenix of MaxPax, they're too powerful. And Zest is only on 4 Phoenix now. Everything I was saying about it, this just feels like it's only a matter of time before Zest carries the day. The shield battery was that powerful, I guess. Zest will lose a large portion of his economy. MaxPax is up an additional base. And by the way, notice MaxPax has blocked a bunch of the base positions. with pylons, so Zest has to expand all the way out of here. But now we have the fight happening in earnest. It's 11 Phoenix to 3. The 4 carriers, they're doing what they can, but they're like 14 interceptors are a lot. So MaxPax, he loses a lot of his Phoenix here, and he still maintains the supply deficit. How do you... Hey, Captain Hoppa. Glad you're here. Thanks for the raid. Hope your stream was excellent. This is game 3 of the grand finals of EPT North America, number 108. And we got MaxPax versus Zest in a long... It's only 12 minutes in, but long in the context of this series, Phoenix versus Phoenix battle. And of course, because MaxPax has won the air, Zest is not really allowed to mine out of this base for now. There are no cannons, nothing to dissuade the Phoenix from, well, getting their pound of flesh or pound of robotic tissue, I guess, or a round of circuit boards. Pound of circuit boards. Is now we will see the Phoenix get recalled home because we do have a MaxPax that A is worried about these Phoenix that are in his base and also worried about where the carriers are. But Zest has been able to remove most of the pylons on the map. It means he can't expand again. It means he can, well, he can't expand again. He is kind of short on probes. He's actually short on money in general. MaxPax is mining a lot more over the last 2.5 minutes. Despite that, the supply lead is significant. And at this point, by the way, the Phoenix numbers are actually good. You can't fight over those cannons, though. MaxPax, you got to be very careful there. So MaxPax, he's going to try to take this fight. But there are equal numbers of Phoenix. And with the carriers on the field, that makes life much more difficult for MaxPax than it previously had. The cannons are now going to go down, which does mean that Zest can take the fight around here. So we're going to see, as these games often go, when one player doesn't go carrier and one player does, in that MaxPax runs across the map. And he's going to try to camp these Stargates as well as he can. He's going to try to remove pretty much the entire economy of Zest. Zest, though, has the benefit of being able to kill buildings. So instead of trying to camp his opponent's production, he can just kill the pylon and then kill the production. Which is only a good thing for Zest, as it does kind of force the Phoenix to be in awkward positions. So we have some Phoenix over the natural, some Phoenix over the fourth. The Zest is only going to go down to 24 probes, but I don't think he loses everything, just strictly because, you know, Phoenix are somewhat limited in their energy. So, and yeah, there we go. He just cancels the rest of the Phoenix here. There's no reason for the Phoenixes, the Phoenixes of MaxPax to stay home because, well, you know, or to stay on the other side because, well, Zest is not really building anything that the Phoenix can deal with. So they're going to continue killing probes. But so is Zest. Zest has the ability to do that, but Zest is also killing off production. He is killing off tech. He's killing off bases. He's making it the damage that he is doing sticks harder than the damage that MaxPax has done. And we're seeing this happen right now. I mean, 3 carriers were on the way here from Zest on top of the 4, although he doesn't want to lose one, and that's always going to be a problem. If your interceptors are on the opposite side of the carriers from where the Phoenix are, that's the position that MaxPax is going to be looking for. He was able to take advantage of it right there, and he does have enough Phoenix that he, at 28 Phoenix, that he volleyed down the carriers extremely quickly. I think we're actually going to see Zest maybe recall once the carrier... Oh, no, never mind. He just didn't complete the carriers. This is kind of a really interesting bait, where he's saying, okay, MaxPax, I'm going to pretend to build carriers, which means you have to run across the map to try to kill them, which just gives me more time here, as interceptor's not in the right spot, so that should be another dead carrier. The supplies are starting to equalize, and the interesting thing, actually the really interesting thing, is MaxPax is building Tempests. He has a 1 Phoenix lead, but he's building Tempests to deal with these carriers, and I don't really like that, actually. I think the play is you move into carriers of your own, or you just keep building Phoenix. Tempests are really good against the carriers. This much is true. We cannot ignore this. But against everything else, I mean, they're really not great. All right, so the Tempests here, they're going to start shelling away at the carriers, but I don't think they're going to get the carriers before this base of MaxPax goes down. No, carriers are running away, and actually, never mind, there are no interceptors, so this base of MaxPax will stay alive for now. The 1 sentry says, look at me, man, I can do it. I want to have fun. But no, actually the Phoenix of Zest are going to get a little trapped here, and all the advantages that Zest had, it feels like MaxPax has played this one masterfully, but he still is building 4 Phoenix at a time. He's making use of this bank, but they're locked in a spiral of death, and a spiral of death that MaxPax is winning. We can see this one snowballing just a little bit, which means the probes are once again forfeit. Zest did have an eco advantage, but that is mostly gone. 9 Phoenix to 8, 2 carriers for MaxPax, 2 Tempests for MaxPax. And I think MaxPax has taken it now. All right, so MaxPax or Zest just decisively won the Phoenix trade because he had a shield battery overcharge, and also, well, his opponent has been building Carrier and Tempest. But now, of course, MaxPax, he's going back into Phoenix because he lost the Phoenix fight. And now our positions are kind of in trade, where this is now a game where MaxPax kind of owns a singular position, but Zest can just play around him and annihilate his economy. And Zest is building a lot more Phoenix. I'm sorry, folks. I'm doing my best to talk about this game. I don't understand. Oh, that was a mistake, though. He's going to recall right on top of all of the deployed interceptors. That's a problem. Maybe. 14 Phoenix to 1, so we're going to see the carriers just go down here. Oh, yeah, one goes down, second one goes down. This is not a mistake at all. There's just too much stuff here for Zest. He still has his 11 Phoenix. Yeah, +1 is good for carriers, but it's also really good for Phoenix. An extra carrier joins the fight only to go down to its doom. It's still 10 Phoenix on the map here. And there's just nothing that MaxPax can do. He's lost his army. He's going to recall these Tempests, but one of them is still going to go down despite that. And I think this is Zest's game. Such a specific and technical PvP indeed. There we go, GG Zest. He takes the game, he takes the series. It is a 3-0 victory for the GSL Super Tournament champion, further cementing himself as the EPT Cup champion as well, with 2 more EPT Cups to his name, going up to like 46 now. That's a lot.